Trent Jones Jr. Championship course. This exclusive golf course is located just 25 miles north of San Diego. The signature par 4 10th hole requires a tee shot across a 100-foot deep canyon. A stress-ridden bridge reaches about 100 yards across the ravine, connecting the tee to fairway. Another bridge connects the 11th hole. These were the second and third such structures built in the United States. The Bridges Golf Course offers the golfer a number of strategic options with their shot selection incorporating a risk-reward system. Its dramatic terrain, deep canyons, lakes, streams, and superb landscaping make it a perfect home for Tiger, Hank, Phil, and John. And for all of us to bring you this action tonight, all across the world, it's our pleasure. Bruce Beck and Brian Tennyson saying, hope you're enjoying this battle at the Bridges in Rancho Santa Fe, California, 25 miles from San Diego. We're in the coastal foothills. And John Daly and Phil Mickelson have pretty much led since the 4th hole and haven't looked back. It's 2 up. We've had 6 consecutive holes halved, and the time is running out on Woods and Kuehne.
A lot of fireworks early, and then a bunch of pushes. And you're right, Woods and Kuehne need to win a hole sometime very soon here. They certainly can't afford to lose a hole. If they lose a hole anytime here, they're going to have a really tough time pulling it out.
So up next, the par 4 12th, which is a 426, and the par 4 13th, which is a little shorter, 379 yard.
You walk that open?
I don't know where the opportunities will present themselves for a little bit of a comeback. And it's difficult when you're thinking about making birdies. I remember Davis Love before a major talking about the United States Open, saying you play for pars, and if the opportunity presents himself, you grab a birdie. This is a different format, a different competition. But when you go out thinking birdies, sometimes you get yourself in trouble and you end up with a double bogey.
Well, this is a very different course setup than a U.S. Open, and certainly as a team event, a very different thought process about how you go about it. You've got to come into this knowing the only way to win a hole pretty much is through birdies. If you win one with a par, well, that's just very, very fortunate. You can't count on that by any means. So at this point in time, Tiger and Hank pretty much have to feel like, hey, we're 2 down. We probably got to make 4 or 5 birdies coming in.
Absolutely. Be aggressive all the way.
If we're going to have a chance here, they have got to make birdies.
We're going to a long drive hole. That's number 14. On the first long drive hole, number 3, John Daly just let it fly.
High and fading, outside the camera range, right up to the 320 marker. A little money for the charities.
And then on number 7, Daly outdid himself.
Takes it right over the top, over the hill. Gets the kick. This time, up to the 340 marker.
So once again, in a new twist this year with money going to charity, the long drive, each one worth $75,000. And the partners will share in the winnings and select the charity of their choice. So John Daly and Phil Mickelson have earned $150,000 for their charity to be shared equally. John going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of the Mid-South, and Phil to Phil and Amy Mickelson's charity gift fund. And once again, here's a look at that FlightScope, which is powered by EDH tracking based in South Africa. It will determine or actually indicate club speed, ball speed, maximum height, and backspin. And do you think this could be advantageous to a player that wants to know what type of club to use and what his speed is that he's generating and what kind of backspin, stuff like that?
I really do. That's where the game is going. We talk about technology and the added length that these players are getting. Well, what's happened is what they've done is they've not just got better equipment, they've got equipment that matches their particular swing and their game the best it can. And this type of technology we're seeing here is the kind of technology that's going to bring that to the masses. And that kind of club fitting ability is going to be brought to everybody being able to go to their local golf shop and get matched to the perfect club for the way they swing it. And then you're going to see everybody picking up distance.
You can see that Tiger, using a new driver, is getting better distance.
Absolutely. Going just a few weeks ago to a graphite shaft for the first time in his career.
449-yard par 4. Long drive hole for charity, and Tiger doesn't like it.
As is the case.
He lost it right, way right on the cart path.
Fortunate it came out in play, at least where he can hit it, but when Tiger misses it, it tends to be to the right.
I think that cart may have to be moved, though.
His launch conditions, as we talked about before, great club head speed, 129, faster than earlier, went at it a little hard, that's why he probably lost it to the right. Good ball speed, but a lot of spin on that, and that is simply so he does it on purpose so he can have more control.
Now Hank Kuehne's got to pick Tiger up, and he can rip one here. Not only for the charity, but for the team.
Got the lead off the tee. They need to keep some pressure on. Looking anxiously.
I think that's going a little right, too. That's good distance. It's just not on the fairway, so it won't qualify for the long drive competition.
Similar launch characteristics for Hank. Not quite the club head speed at 119 that Tiger had. Good ball speed. High shot. Again, a lot of backspin. The ideal backspin rate for players of this caliber, 2,021, 2,200 RPM.
Hey, not a bad shot, Brian. 340 just in the primary rough. That's not bad.
With no roll.
Yeah. This one's going to find its way into the fairway.
If he hits the fairway,
264. I can tell you, you don't even measure it. 264.
I think it's more like 300.
Look at him run back. He's got to run back up the hill. Poor guy.
Must have hit that a little.
Strategic, laid back.
There we go again.
Low in the face. Getting the extra spin all the way at 3,200.
Thank you.
RPM.
Oh, it hit a hard spot.
307. And now John Daly, who has won the first two long drives today. 3 and 7. Now he tries to do it on 14. He's swinging well.
Their team already assured of another $75,000 for their charities.
A little pride, though. John might try to hit it a little further.
I bet John would like to get the clean sweep of them today.
That one is spanked.
Do you get frustrated having wedge in every hole?
That's close to 340. Right in the heart of the fairway.
You know, actually, John Daly has probably been the most accurate player off the tee
Yes, he
today,
has.
as well as